Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. O my Lord, open my chest and easy my task for me, and loose the knot from my tongue, that they understand my speech. Rabbi yassir wa la tuassir wa tammim bil khair. In this video, we are going to talk about Islam and the world of sciences, Islamic science, and a glimpse at the achievements in the fields of Islamic sciences. Let's start. The quest for knowledge. The Quran and Hadith are replete with statements about the merits of knowledge and the learned. Allah Most High says in Surah Al-Mujadilah, Allah will rise in ranks those who believe among you and those who have been granted knowledge. Ayah 11. And in Surah Al-Fatir, of all His servants who stand in awe of Allah are those who are knowledgeable. Ayah 28. Hadith and knowledge. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, the superiority of a learned man, alim, over a mere worshipper, abd, is like the superiority of a moon at night when it is full over all other stars. Narrated in Abu Dawud, At-Tirmidhi, and An-Nasai. If anybody goes on his way in search of knowledge, Allah will thereby make easy for him the way to paradise. Narrated in Muslim. Abu Dawud narrates the following hadith on the authority of Abu Huraira. Whoever is asked about something he knows and conceals, it shall be made to wear a bridle of fire on the day of rising. Young Muslims, therefore, should remind themselves that seeking real knowledge is not simply recommended, it is an obligation. Islamic science. Islamic science, according to Sayyid Hussein Nasr, refers to the sciences developed by Muslims from the 2nd Islamic century onwards. It is one of the great achievements of Islamic civilization. The achievements of early Muslim scientists were great. Sayyid Hussein Nasr, in his scholarly work, A Young Muslim's Guide to the Modern World, remarks, for some 700 years, from the 2nd to the 9th Islamic centuries, Islamic civilizations were perhaps the most productive of all civilizations in the domain of science and Islamic science, and was the forefront in many fields ranging from medicine to astronomy. Gradually, from about 9th century, activity in the Islamic sciences diminished in the Islamic world, but did not by any means die out, especially in the fields of medicine and pharmacology. A great deal of important activity took place in the eastern lands of Islam during the later period of Islamic history. A glimpse at the achievements in the fields of Islamic sciences. In their conquests, Muslims absorbed and preserved scientific works and added to them their own special knowledge. Arab physicians were specially skilled in their use of herbs, surgery, and the treatment of eye diseases. It was the Arabs who took the figures we use in mathematics today from the Hindu and Sanskrit scholars of India and introduced them to the West. Before then, Europe had used Roman numerals. It was due to the Arabs that the various branches of mathematics and all the sciences that depend on mathematics began to develop in the Western Europe. About 1,000 years ago, students from all over Europe thronged at the great centers of teaching at Cordoba and Toledo in Muslim Spain, Baghdad in Iran, and Cairo in Egypt. The word algebra comes from the Arabic word al-jabr, which was used in the title of textbooks written by an Arab mathematician in Baghdad in about 925 CE. It was the Arab mathematician who learned how to use the decimal point. Words like rocket, alchemy, chemistry, admiral, almanac, and zero have their origin in the Arabic language. The Arabs also became experts on navigation and astronomy because these two sciences are closely related to each other. So here we have come to an end. May Allah help us all the time to gain knowledge. Ameen. وآخر الدعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.